back. You lost your mind.
Woo! There it goes. That's me! Take a video of that! I don't know. I think I'm too close. Look, I got it off. If you want
Oh my God, he's got his head in my bag. Oh, look. Oh my gosh.
You kissing a giraffe, guys. You kissing that giraffe.
Cheeky right now. Those are some pretty long tongues, aren't they? That's because they got a really
What are you doing, Scotty? It is Wednesday, November 4th.
Nothing gets me more pumped up for a hump day than the long tongue of a giraffe, I got to tell you.
You ever have a giraffe lick you?
Well, he's licking me as we speak, Suki. No, I know it's like sandpaper.
It's like sandpaper, exactly.
Right? Yeah, it's like sandpaper, but very funny. Man, I love animal videos, Suki. Can never get enough animal videos. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You can never get enough a little bit of happiness. Has anything changed from last night? No, not really.
No,
Just want to tell you on the political front, nothing's changed.
I think I told you last night we'd still be here tonight waiting to see who the president is, and basically we'll figure it out when it happens. It's like, just let me know at this point.
Over the weekend. I think we'll find out over the weekend. But
yeah, we'll get to it over the weekend.
I just want to say calma there, calma. Everybody stay calma.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax. Suki, we are here to calm everybody's nerves, to put everybody at ease, to take their mind off of what's happening.
Can I tell you what was the most downloaded app today? It was these like meditations and like for Americans to just like have a moment of like clarity. They did like all the mantra meditations, like everything will be better, we'll get better, like unicorns, rainbows, and unicorns, rainbows.
Here's the you gotta Suki, listen, forget all this politics crap. We have
I don't care.
an amazing show tonight.
Boy,
Suki.
do we have an incredible show.
It's unbelievable, Suki.
NAACP winner, Emmy Award winner.
We can't even believe it. Obba Babatunde is here.
And now, you know him. As soon as you see him, you'll know who we're talking about.
Suki, singer, dancer, actor, triple threat. He's my kind of guy, Sook. He does the whole Broadway Sammy Davis thing. He's an actor. He's on.
I saw the original cast of Dreamgirls on Broadway when I was
in that, right?
He was in the original cast.
That's unbelievable. The guy's insane. Suki does every Bold and the Beautiful. He's on 3 shows right now as we speak. I mean, this is unbelievable. And this is the only show that he's appearing on, Sue.
Really?
The only show.
God, we're getting really big, you know?
And not only that, Suki, you'd think that'd be enough for the hour. You would think Obba Babatunde, and I got his name down beautifully. Obba Babatunde. Thunderstorm Artis from The Voice.
I love Thunderstorm. I was such a big fan of The Voice last season. Thunderstorm was there. I mean,
he was like the front runner, Sue. He was supposed to
I don't understand. Who won?
He got stooped. That guy, Lightman, what's his name? I don't even remember.
I don't know who.
I forgot the guy's name.
But I remember Thunderstorm. Isn't that funny?
He sings. The guy is amazing. He had all 4 judges turn around on the blind auditions.
Yeah. He was fantastic, and he's got an incredible story.
Yeah,
incredible story.
It's great, Sue.
An incredible backstory.
I found a couple of great photos I wanted to show you before Obba comes on. You want to say hello to the folks before we do that?
Absolutely. Let's say hello to Zana Fraschetto. Another gorgeous night out, ladies. It is very beautiful. I mean, after a very cold New York start over the weekend, it's turned.
Say hello to Patty Dent from Australia.
Patty Dent. Good day, Patty.
Yes. Hi, Mike.
Does that mean New South Wales?
Is that what it mean? I thought it meant North Southwest. I'm like, how could you be north, south, and west?
Patty Dent from New South Wales, Australia. All right.
Hi, Patty.
Patty, it's like one of my dreams to go to Australia. I'm telling you right now.
Me too, Sook. It's such a long
But you know what? I don't
ride.
want to go with the family. I want to go by myself.
I
Maybe you
know.
could be my wingman and we can create trouble.
Dude, we'd be dangerous
Hello
in
from
Australia.
Ohio, Patty Shever, Pamela Noseda from Michigan joining us this morning. Carrie Dietrich from New Jersey.
It's already Thursday in Australia, correct?
It's already Thursday. I must be in the morning at some time.
Maybe it's I think it's like 24 hours. Maybe she knows who the president is of the United States now. She might know.
She is in the future, so
She's
she might.
A day in the future. She might know this.
Oh, look at Jane from South Dakota joining us. Is it
everybody
in South Dakota? I don't know if it has.
Sook,
Yvonne, what's going on? Yvonne Burns.
I found
a
couple picks for you. Found a couple picks for you. I think we're going to make you laugh.
Give it to me.
Let's see. So here's one. I lose my glasses, my reading glasses all the time.
Me too.
I just said
my husband has one of those like monocles that he attaches on the back of your phone.
On his phone? Just once.
On his nose.
Yeah. Just once. I'd like to remember where I put them so I can go back just for the first time, the first try, and pick them up and put them on again. So here's a great invention. You got a hook right on top of your forehead.
That's so funny.
And you put your glasses right on it. I thought that was amazing. That's good.
Oh my God. I got to ask you, Eric.
Hey, Eric, get your ass in here. Here's one I believe called "You Had One Job and One Job Only." The stairs are located in the wrong spot.
Can I ask you a question? Like, you put that up and you're like, what happened here?
Right. After you're done, you're like, fellas, we effed it up.
Marilyn Potenza joining us from Long Island. And Jane McMillan said it was beautiful in South Dakota, 75. I thought it was
gorgeous,
snowing.
Gorgeous day today. Souk, alphabet soup. Everybody always loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
Here's the one alphabet soup that sums up 2020 right here. Little poo.
It's like poo. And there's the two little turds in there too.
Here's a great sign outside. No soliciting. We're too broke to buy anything. We know who we are voting for. We found Jesus. Seriously, unless you're selling Thin Mints, please go away. That's a good sign right there. And then you got little job 5 action. Bam. Wits End. That's where everybody lives here in 2020. Wits End. Oh, there you go, Ben. It's all good. I love it.
Oh, can I tell you something? Jimmy Kimmel, we have to play a little bit of this tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to get pulled for it.
What's that?
They're doing funny tweets. Like Joe Biden is reading funny tweets.
Oh, or is he?
Yeah, they're back to a little bit of fun as opposed to other stuff. Anna Hoover, what's going on? Huntington, West Virginia, 69 degrees. It felt great. It felt great here in New York, too. Eunice Woodrum. Debbie Fawcett from Huntington, New York.
Suki, you keep talking. I got to find something real quick.
I'm just Lisa Lafreniere joining us from Mechanicsville, New York.
Talk to the people, Suk. Talk to the people.
And then Anna Hoover saying, Scotty, I love your smile.
Yes, I do have a nice smile. I got a nice smile.
I had a boss once. This is Nikki Fahey. I had a boss once who was always losing his glasses, and they were usually on top of his head. We have video proof. This is not true in your case. Love your show. Watching you from Vancouver, Washington. Thank you, Nikki Fahey.
Suk,
Nikki.
Go ahead.
I do not like getting older because I can't see anymore either. In fact,
Suki, it sucks.
I go to the doctor's office and I'm like signing things and I'm like squinting. I'm like trying to read the fine print like this. I'm like, when did this happen, Lord?
Suk, this is going to be an amazing night. We got Thunderstorm Artis coming up right at around 8 o'clock, 8:05. He said he was good to go.
Did you stay up all night, by the way, just watching news? Did anybody stay up?
You know what? I fell asleep on the couch. I kept waking up, and you just see the same crap on every station. You got the one guy at the board. Everybody's pointing to the counties and everything else.
I ended up watching the Game Show Network.
Did you? Good for you.
Because I did the same thing. I was like, you know what? Let me watch a little Game Show Network.
What'd you watch? Did you watch Whammy?
I watched not Whammy. I watched a lot of Family Feud. Was a lot of Family Feud around there.
Right. With who? Who was hosting? Was it Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
Okay.
Mm.
Who else you got?
They have a couple of new shows now on Game Show now.
I know, on Game Show Network, a whole bunch.
They have a couple of new shows now.
So
I like the Beast, whatever that clock is, the Beast.
I've sent stuff into them to host shows forever. I can't get I can't get a bite. I should be on the Game Show.
Amazing. You'd be amazing.
Everybody thinks I should be a host, Suki. I can't get it.
Seriously.
Wits end. Well, Suk, here's the thing. We got Thunderstorm. He's already in the green room.
Right.
Obba isn't in yet. He was scheduled for 7:40. Thunderstorm was scheduled for the 8 o'clock area.
Oh, all right.
So here's my dilemma, Sue. Here's my dilemma.
Thunderstorm, or do we wait for Obba?
Do we take Thunderstorm now? I see him in there. He's smiling, handsome young fellow, great voice. I've been watching his stuff all day. Or do we wait for Obba, the triple threat Emmy award-winning actor, singer, songwriter, producer, dancer? Do we wait for him, see if he clicks in on time? He's already a minute late. What do I, Suk? That's the dilemma. Do I click? Oh, I think he just came in. All right. So I see Thunderstorm. You're coming up at 8 o'clock. Let me get to our guy. Suki, Obba.
Saved by the bell.
This is my kind of guy, Suk. He is my kind of guy. I mean, just think about it. He's everything that I like to do. He sings, he dances, he
actor.
Yeah. Suk, he's got a couple of, he's got an Emmy award
and the ACP award. Yep.
He does it all, Suk. And my favorite thing.
TV movies. But who's counting? 17 productions.
Yeah, the he's in every show you could think of.
Yeah.
The one thing that really got me, it's all well and good. When I saw him playing Sammy Davis Jr., I wanted the guy to be my uncle at the very least. So here you go. So Obba's in the green room. Let me give you a little taste of what this gentleman does, and we're going to bring him in. Very excited.
1, 2, 3, 4. We can make the sun rise. We're going to do.
Ah, the Candy Man
so good.
Everything he bakes.
Yes.
Hey guys, how are you?
Talk about your childhood wishes. First of all, well, listen, it was hard enough for me to remember and say your full name. Now you got Malaki Cohn up there. What are you?
Oh, you know what it is? Is that, see, that's my son Malachi, and the deal was, in order to get on, see, I didn't have Chrome. I was going in through Safari, right? And it said, no, we're going to go in through Chrome. So I had to grab him and said, you got to help me. You got to help me. Because, I'm a technological immigrant. I can do a lot of things, but, when it comes to the tech, man, I gotta pull in the kid.
All right, watch this.
We'll accept you. I mean, it's all good. Malachi is all good. We'll take you just the way you are. It is fine because everybody in our audience knows exactly who you are. Look at
that.
There
baby.
It is. He flipped it around. My man. Good deal.
Obba, how are you, my friend? What a pleasure to have you on, buddy.
Listen, I'm magnificent. Thank you guys for that beautiful clip that you put together as a retrospect of some of the things that I've done. It's very kind of you, and I'm thrilled to be here with you. I was just, sitting here in the backstage area, and you guys have such amazing energy. And that is really, really, really something that inspires me, encourages me, and enlightens me. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. We're so happy to have you here. Well, can I tell you, I feel like I've known you since 1981 because I begged my father to take me to see Dreamgirls, the original.
Yes.
and Cheryl Lee Ralph. I mean, like when we interviewed Cheryl Lee Ralph, I almost died. Like,
yeah, that was great.
And now here you are, which I find like it's just like mind blowing for me. That musical changed my life. Like that was like a soundtrack for a long, long time.
Yes. Well, I'm telling you, it was a joy, because Cheryl, Loretta, Clevant,
Loretta,
it started out as Tom Iron's musical number 9 before it was Dreamgirls.
Wow.
And we were involved in the concepts, which is very rare that you get an opportunity to be involved in something which you're actually creating it from its birth. Jennifer Holliday, the first time she sang, I am telling you, she was reading it off a piece of paper, and we were jumping up. Yes, she sang it just the way you heard her sing it in that show. And I want to say that she did it 8 times a week, every time. She never missed one time. She gave it everything she had. And I'm telling you, it was absolutely thrilling. The first time she sang that thing off of a piece of paper, she's reading it, and she goes, and I am telling you. She's reading the paper, and we start jumping up. We're throwing chairs, throwing tables, turning tables over. It was unbelievable. Yes, great.
I love it. Oh, but listen, man, we're gonna. I want to hear, because I saw you doing an interview today on a show. I forget what it was, but you were talking about the time you met Sammy Davis, or you're working with Sammy Davis, dancing with Liza Minnelli.
Yes.
Here's a little something from that right here. When Liza live, and there you guys are together.
Yes.
Tell Suki and the because I listened to a little bit of the show when I think he wasn't feeling well and he came in to see you, right? Tell us that story.
It's a great story. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share it. Sammy obviously was the entertainment mentor that I had in terms of growing up, because he did everything, and I patterned my style of entertainment based around that. Like, he did everything. He sang, he danced, he played musical instruments. And so that was what I saw, and that was what I went forward to try to emulate and to create as in my own style of entertainment. So now I get the opportunity. I'm co-starring in this world tour with Liza Minnelli. All right. If that's not enough, we're about to open up at Harrods and in Lake Tahoe. And she says, Obba, Sammy came. Because we were going to be proceeding or following one another around the world for the next year and a half. So he said, she knew I was a fan. She said, Sammy came, but he's not going to see the show, but he wants to meet you. Well, I said, well, I'd rather him meet me after he's seen me work. And she said, well, his gums are bothering him, so he's not going to stay for the show, but he did want to meet you. So I come in. He's getting something out of the refrigerator, one of those little tiny refrigerators. Yeah. And I say, how do you do, Mr. Davis? And he says, Sam, man, please call me Sam. Now, listen, Liza tells me, man, that you're marvelous, and I believe her, but my first obligation is to the audience, and so my gums are bothering me, so I'll be catching up with you while we're on the road. All right. So now we go on, and I said, well, thank you so much, and we do the show. Midway through the show, I come off the stage, and Helen, who was Liza's dresser, said, Obba, Liza said to tell you Sammy stayed. Okay, great. All right. So anyway, that's cool. I go on to do my show, right? And afterwards, after the show's over, I'm in my dressing room and I hear, great show, hun. Where's Obba's dressing room? She says, down the hall. Boom. Knock on the door. I open the door and there he stands, right? And he looks at me and he says, you, my man, are a bitch on wheels. A bitch on wheels. I invited him in. He paid me a lot of very nice compliments. And then I said to him, Mr. D, because I couldn't call him Sammy. Yeah. I said, Mr. D, I want to thank you, sir, for coming in through the kitchen so that I could come in through the front door.
That's great. Wow, that is great.
And his eye, a tear rolled down his face. He grabbed me and he hugged me. And he said, thank you, man. Thank you for that. And I said, well, I'm sure you hear it a lot. And he says, I could never hear it enough.
That's great. And you went on to play him on stage, right?
That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. At the Old Globe, and was very appreciated and got a lot of, hey, there he is. Yeah. And we did everything from soup to nuts, and because I got a chance to know the man, I don't do what I call an impersonation. I do a reincarnation because I know who the human being was. And so every time that I get an opportunity to pay tribute to that gentleman, I do that to the best of my ability.
So good, man. And listen, you know, everything you've done, right, Suki? You look. We were talking about how you're on
17 stage productions, 30 films, 50 made-for-TV movies, John Q, Philadelphia, Miss Everett Boys that he won an Emmy for. I mean, it just goes on and on. Introducing Dorothy Dandridge, another one of my favorites.
Thank you, Suki.
I mean, come on. Like, the list goes on. And not to mention all your fans from S.W.A.T right now.
Yes. I'm having a great time over there. Shamar and I are tearing it up. This is our 4th season. And we've actually really become sort of like, you know, he calls me Pops on and off camera, you know. Well, so it's become really a magnificent experience there. I'm having a ball. And November 11th is our new season premiere.
Yeah. And still on CBS, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CBS, yeah.
The 2-hour episode that airs November 11th, right? And
yes.
Daniel Sr. has some. Tell us to set the scene. It's a flashback to 1992, right?
Well, yeah. You know what? What you know, with all that's going on in the world, you know, Shamar, to his credit, said, "Listen, I can't come back and put that uniform on unless we're going to talk about some of the things that are going on with the police." And so the writers, you know, the show creators, Sean Ryan and Aaron, you know, I mean, these guys, they really buckled down and they said, okay, we're going to tell some of them stories. And we're not just going to tell it in one episode. We're going to tell it throughout our season. So bravo to them, a big shout out. But the deal is that we get an opportunity to see what it was and what it is that this relationship, because it's all about relationships between my character and Hondo. Because you got to remember, Daniel Harrelson Sr. left the family when they were very young. Okay, so he's now come back
into Hondo's life.
Hondo's life, right? But Daniel Harrelson Sr. was a part of an organization like the Panthers. So the controversy of here is a Panther's son becoming the head of a SWAT team has always been some sort of there's this tug of war that goes on between he and I because of our ideologies. And so they use that to uncover some of that using a wink and a nod to what's going on now and also what is going on in the past. You know, so I'm very exciting episode. And there's even, I told them a personal story that happened in my life, in Obba's life. And they said, Obba, would you give us permission to write around that story? And I said, yes, please do. And they did. So when you see this episode that's coming up, the fans are going to really be blown away. But it was a very tough day for me shooting that thing because I was reliving what I had gone through. You know, so that's a rare occasion when you actually are reliving something you actually, you know, we all have experiences that we draw from. But when you're drawing from something that was a part of your actual life, man, that was something. So it was an emotional day, but I think it turned out pretty well.
I love it.
And can I tell you something? I used to love you back in the days of Bold and the Beautiful. Like just
put
that out there. I mean, it was just put Bold and the Beautiful out there. It's college kid. I loved it, all of it.
I loved it too. And you know what? I've been so fortunate, guys, because I've been involved in projects that have really helped evoke change in the thinking mindset of the general populace, I believe. Like movies like Philadelphia was the first time that a movie was done with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington that actually showed, you know, that it was that the people who were infected with AIDS, they were looked at other than their disease. They were looked at in terms of their humanity. The same thing with Bold and the Beautiful. My character on Bold and the Beautiful, which they were kind enough to present me with an Emmy for, and I'm very honored that they did that. But it was the thing where my character is playing the father of a transgender child. And very often in soap operas, they write the mother, she's so perfectly understanding and caring, and the father's a jerk. He don't understand nothing. But in actuality, I said, you know what? I only play fully realized human beings. And I'd like to present another take on this man. So let me tell you who this man's father was. And if I tell you who his father was, then you'll understand maybe the way he thinks and being caught between a rock and a hard place. And I want to tell you, one of the greatest things that happened was, first of all, I think we can love our children and not always agree with our children's choices. Okay, so that's a human thing. But the thing was that I met a transgender human being that said to me, you know what? I got to be honest with you, sir. Because of the way you portrayed that character, I was able to go back and see the way my father might have thought in my transition that I couldn't see because I was dealing with what I was dealing with. And now I have a great relationship with my father because I found a way to come back and him to me based on the character that you portrayed and the way you portrayed him. So I'm honored. You know, we talk about Miss Evers boys, mentioned it earlier, I mean, here it was, this situation.
You won an Emmy for that as well, am I correct?
Well, I was nominated. I was nominated
for an Emmy.
It was my first primetime Emmy nomination, and it was a great one to be nominated for. But as a result of that movie, the president at the time came out and offered a formal apology after seeing the movie from the country, because you see, it went on from 1932 to 1972. You see, that was an egregious wrong that was done. Mm-hmm. And here it was an opportunity to come out and show these lives of these human beings and to see them in their humanity, and that a formal apology and reparations were given, as I understand, to Tuskegee Institute.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's
so,
amazing.
I mean, the arts can do really good things when it's used in the right way.
They do, and they have, and they've shined a light on so many things that have happened in the world today and continue to change our discourse, hopefully, in the way we see things. And maybe we don't have the tolerance to hear it right now, but maybe if we see it in film and in the arts and in music, all of those things sort of change our aspect and bring us back to who we are, and which is, united and together.
I agree. You mentioned earlier about introducing Dorothy Dandridge. It's another situation because here we're taking this woman who, was one of the first women of color to really be put in that situation, and what those changes, what that journey was like. And, and there it was for me. I got an opportunity to play a man. I had three autographs, Sammy Davis Jr. and the Nicholas brothers. And I ended up getting a chance to play Harold Nicholas, one of the greatest dancers to ever put on shoes, those guys, and be friends with them throughout their lifetime, the ends of their lives, because, they sort of, like Sammy, kind of took me under their wing and said, hey, man, you got a little something there, buddy. I think you're going to be all right. You know what I mean? So I got to put those tap shoes on, and I wanted everybody to know that's not any faking. That's Obba laying down that iron for real. And it was the choreography that those guys did, because Fayard Nicholas, Harold's brother, came in and gave us the tap routine.
Tap roots. Oh, wow. He came in and did it? Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Let's talk just between us guys for a minute. I was watching some videos today, and I saw you. I don't know how old it was, but it was a bed scene with Halle Berry.
Yes.
Can you just give me a little insight to that?
Yeah,
what that was like?
I'm very often asked that question and say, man, what was it like to have a love scene with Halle Berry? And what I always say is, you need to ask Halle Berry what it was like to have a love scene with Obba Babatunde.
I gotta get her on now. Now I gotta get her on.
Hey, all right.
Oh, but do me a favor while we have you. Give me a little Candyman. Give me a little Candyman, would you?
A little tribute
Who
to
can
Sam.
make the sunrise, sprinkle it with dew? The Candyman. The Candyman can. The Candyman can, 'cause he mix it with love and makes the world taste good. Here's another one.
Go ahead.
Why can't I fall in love? That's another one that he would do.
Wow.
That's great. That is so great. I love it, man. It's so good.
And you know what? It's funny that you would thank you for that opportunity. The chops are still there. And that's what for those that don't know what chops are, that's the voice. And I just finished doing Goliath. And I'm going to be on Goliath with J.K. Simmons. And Billy Bob Thornton directed me and so we're doing a musical number. Now I'm not going to give too much away, but the choreographer, when they were having I was getting a fitting, and they said, "Oh, coming in after you is your dance double." And I said, "Well, what's he going to do?" And they said, "Well, the character dances a lot." I said, "Yeah, what's he going to do?" And they said, "Well, we wanted to make sure that you were covered for the dance." I said, Have y'all Googled Obba Babatunde yet? So when I put it on them, they were like, "Whoa! Oh my goodness!" You know. So
Just so you know, my kids are also big fans because of the Santa pups. I'm just gonna put that.
Oh
out there.
yes, Santa
that is a
Claus,
Christmas
Santa
classic.
Claus.
Yeah, Santa Paul.
Yes.
Right. You know, I mean that, and I got a chance to sing and dance in that as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
it.
Big shout out to your kids.
It's like so many generations now that like, oh yeah, we know who you are. You know?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. From 8 to 80 and more is that fan base range. You know, I did a crazy movie called How High, right? With Method Man and Red Man. Right?
Oh my God. yes.
Right. I'm Dean Cain, right? Because that I even danced in that, right? So the deal was that now, because every generation that goes to college, that becomes their movie. So I'm current from the time that we did it, which had to be 10 years ago, to now. I walk down the street and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's Dean Cain. Yo, what's up, Dean? Yo, Dean, listen, man, you was all right today. Gave you them brownies."
I love it. But we had Tommy Davidson on over the summer. You ever see him do his Sammy?
Yes. Tommy and I, we joke. He says, "Hey man, let's do dueling Sammys."
He was so good. Well, listen, man, you're a legend. You know, you're an Iron Man. You've done it all, my friend, and you're still doing it. And
can you show that video of him kayaking? I mean, that was like incredible.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
Scotty found this video of you actually.
Oh no,
really?
the kayaking was Phil.
And he just looked like me.
Yeah, he looked like you. Are you still friends with this young lady?
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, spoke to her. She called me 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
You know, and we stay in touch with each other. You know, I must tell you, I went from bumping around New York, crashing auditions. She picked me out of a show I was on Broadway called Timbuktu, with a cast of 1,000.
You were on stilts.
That's right. I was on stilts. And Jeffrey Holder directed. It was, Eartha Kitt's return.
Wow.
Just Melba Moore, just a host of amazing people. But anyway, you'll love this quick story, is that I got a note backstage by they would put it up on the call board, and it said, "Call Liza." I was like, who's playing with me? And I just balled it up and threw it in the trash. So the next day I come to work, and this guy that was the stage door guy was typical New York. He was about 5'2". He wore a pork pie hat, and he smoked a cigar. And I said, "Hey man, who keeps putting this thing up? This no." He goes, "Listen, you either write it, you call, you don't call. I don't care. I just take the messages and write it down. That's it. Don't worry about it. Leave me alone." Right. So I call and I said, "Let me speak to Liza." And they said, "Just a moment." Right, to call the number.
You were like,
and so I called. I said, so this female voice, "Hello." I said, "Who is this?" She said, "Liza." I said, "Liza who?" She said, it was a pause. She said, "Manelli." And I was like, "Yeah, who is this?" I said, "Wait a minute, Liza," because she was doing a show at the Majestic called
Theater.
Yeah, Majestic Theater. She was doing a show there called The Act. And I said, "Okay, you're doing a show at the Majestic Theater. So I'd like to meet you." She says, "Okay, come by in between shows." So I did. And I got there and I said, "I'm here to see Liza Minnelli." And I'm still thinking somebody's gonna go, "Gotcha." Sure enough, there she was. She was kind. She says, "I saw you in the show." She says, "You're wonderful." She says, "I'm getting ready to do a world tour, and the choreographer is here, and we were wondering if you'd be willing to come and audition for us."
Oh.
And I said, "When?" Well, this was on a Sunday. They said tomorrow, because Monday was the day off.
Yeah.
So I show up, guys. There was 100. If there was one guy, there was 120 guys there.
Wow.
They were cutting us like 10 at a time.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm right in the front. I'm killing the choreography.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's down to 4 of us. They narrow it down to 2. And they said, "Okay, now you got to go in and you got to sing for Fred Ebb and John Kander." Right? Okay. I'm like, "Oh man, this is cool." So I walk in, and but the first thing we do is we have to dance with Liza. Now the other guy is showing exactly how brilliant a dancer he is. Me, I'm watching her, man, and I'm doing it every step. I'm mirroring her every way she would move. Just I'm laying it out. Okay. They said, okay, now you're gonna sing. Who wants to sing first? I said, you can sing first. So he sings. Then they had me come in and I sang. And I'll never forget, I sang from The Wiz, If You Believe. And I had all this movement, choreography. If you believe within your heart, you know. Fred Ebb, after I finished, he said, you have a very lovely voice. Now put your arms behind your back and don't move and sing it again. So I did. I must tell you, I never sang it better in my life because I learned that day that all of this, the gyrations and gesticulations was taking away from my connecting to the lyric. Okay. And so Liza said, well, I made my decision. This is how it came about, guys. She said, I made my decision. The choreographer said, I've made mine when I saw him. Da, 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 da. Then they said, well, who's going to tell him? The guy in the hall. We go, well, I ain't doing that. Right. So they called the guy in and he said, they said, we'd like to thank you both for coming in. And whatever his name was, we'll say his name was Bob, and said, Bob, thank you very much. And he went, thank you very much to me. And they said, yeah, thank you very much. And he looked at me and he said, oh, it's like that? Fine. He got his dance bag, put it on his shoulder and slammed the door. And they went, whoa, we just dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
And from that point to, like I said, just right now, you know, I thank that lady because she opened. First of all, I got to meet Sammy. I ended up doing the Baryshnikov on Broadway television special.
Oh, wow.
Yes, with Mikkel. I did. I got to tour the world. Like, when I mean first class, I mean first class, and I don't just mean in terms of money. But I learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
I learned very many valuable lessons because I learned about me. Because there it was, I was making more money than I ever made. I had a driver at my disposal 24/7, and my money was no good no matter where I went in the world. And when it happens, you have an opportunity to focus on you, if you should take that time. And I did, and it afforded me to grow. And I watched, and I was around everybody you could possibly imagine. Because Sammy would have parties at his house and I would be invited to the parties, man. And there I'm sitting at the kitchen table, you know, and Muhammad Ali, right? Wow. Who loved magic, was a terrible magician, but he loved magic. So we're sitting at the kitchen table. You got time for another story?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So
Thunder,
real quick,
we're coming, baby. We're coming, Thunder.
Okay. So quickly, what happens is that, so we're sitting at the table and Ali says a deck of cards. He says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a magic trick. I'm going to shuffle these cards. Now, pick a card and don't show it to me. Show it to somebody else. I don't want everybody to see it but me. Okay? All right, everybody saw it. Put it on top of the deck. And so they put it on top of the deck. Now you see him take it and put it on the bottom of the deck. He goes, I'm gonna shuffle these cards. I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to pick your card, the third one. So he picks one card out. That's not your card. Picks another card out. That's not your card. Picks the one from the bottom of the deck. That's your card. And everybody goes, whoa, Ali, man, wow, man. You know what I mean? Well, sitting at the table happened to be David Copperfield.
Oh,
right?
Jesus.
He goes, I've got one. He takes a napkin. He tears it in half. He takes a pen and he writes. He says to that person, he gives a piece of paper to one of the people and says, here, write a number on that, but don't show it to anyone, right? He takes the paper and he writes it something on the paper. He folds it up. He hands it to someone and says, put this glass on top of it. So now we're looking at the glass with the paper underneath it. And he says, now the number that you wrote on that thing, hand it to that guy. He goes, now you read it. The guy goes, 32. He tells somebody else, pick up your glass. Picks up his glass. Read that number, 32. And everybody goes, whoa. And Ali says, that's pretty good. You tell me how you did yours. I'll tell you how I did mine.
I love it. Oh, but listen, I could sit here and listen to
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna talk to you again, Obba.
Here's the deal. Obba, here's the deal.
Yes.
Last week we had Lou Gossett Jr. on.
Oh, that's my buddy.
So Lou, and after we were done, he had such a good time. He said he wanted to take us out for dinner. So I want to give you that same opportunity.
Well, I tell you what, when you go with Lou, I'll join you guys.
You come with us.
All right.
All right.
You tell Lou, you say, listen, Lou, Obba said that when you go out to dinner, the four of us are going out together.
I love it.
All right. After all this craziness, we are going to do it.
Yes. Yes,
Obba,
indeed.
thank you so much, pal.
Thank you, Obba.
Before you go, 10 more seconds of Sammy. 10
All right.
more.
So listen, guys, I'm telling you the thing about I don't usually do this because I don't get around much since the passing. That's a joke. I don't know if you got it. The passing. Listen. But the thing is that Obba's a marvelous cat man. He deserves to have the opportunity to talk to you guys. I appreciate the work that he's done. I appreciate each of you. Both of you are marvelous, and I mean that. And I'll just say, why can't I fall in love till I don't give a damn, and maybe then I'll know what kind of a fool I am.
Oh, but thank you, my friend. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
All the best to you guys.
And tell your son thank you for cluing you in. And
He hooked me up. He hooked me up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
bud.
Continue happiness.
All right.
Too,
and S.W.A.T premieres on CBS, right?
Yes.
Next Wednesday.
Yes, November 11th. Tune in.
November 11th.
All right, guys.
Oh, but thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that was
what a great guy.
I mean, can we just listen to that forever and ever and ever?
Oh my God, the stories are amazing.
Can you imagine Liza Minnelli calling you? I mean, the stories about like the directors and the choreographers. Now, can you put your hands behind your back?
Right. Get your hands behind your back. Sook, you see my camera's doing something funky here. Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm gonna go out for 1 sec.
He went out for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. And
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't see you.
Let's see if that works.
I hear you. I don't see you. I don't see you.
I'm back.
You're back.
It switched. Hold on. The camera switched.
He's back.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me switch it up. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go.
There you go. You're back. And let's get Thunderstorm in.
If that happens again, I'll switch the camera. Yeah. So listen. Thunderstorm Artis is in the green room. By the way, how great would that be if he was a meteorologist? That's a great name for a meteorologist. But anyway, listen, Thunderstorm, you love him. He was on The Voice last season. Sook, he was like the favorite to win the whole time, and then
I thought he was going to win the whole time. I thought he was going to win the whole time.
He got stooped there on the final. I think
what
there's an
happened?
investigation, the whole deal. But here he is. Before we bring him in, little taste of a very, very talented singer.
Show me where to turn. There's much in life we yet to learn. So many bridges I have burned on my own. On my own. Please just let me. Please just let me. I've been drifting out to sea. But California, home to the young, land of the angels beneath the bright red sun. Never born to run, never born to run.
Not bad, right, Sook? Not bad at all. There he is.
Thunderstorm! Big fan! You got cheated on The Voice. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Oh, man, that was such a interesting, really amazing, cool journey. You guys can hear me all right over there?
Can
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Thunderstorm, can you make your mic a little louder, bud? You could crank
How
it
about
up.
that? How about that? Is that good?
There you go. Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect.
There we go.
Dude,
Yeah, no, man.
There's a hashtag Thunderstorm got screwed.
Man, no, that was such an experience, man. We had no idea how it was going to turn out there at the end, man, with the whole live round being at home and everything, man. But I was just blessed to be on the show. I think that was a cool thing about it.
Dude,
Listen, it was from the moment I saw you step on stage, I was like, that's the winner right there. That kid is money.
And by the way, Thunderstorm,
essence, everything.
When you did the blind auditions and you got all 4 judges turning around like that, right? You got Kelly, Nick, John, Blake. When you heard them all popping and turning around, what was going through your mind at that time? You remember?
Oh yeah, dude. Like, I'm sorry, I just called you dude. Oh, that's
you
all right.
call dude.
You could call me dude.
I call him worse things, Thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Yeah, no, man. I went out there, singer-songwriter from Hawaii, born and raised. I went out there and I was like, everyone's like, mind this, I'm backstage first. I hear all the other contestants going up there and they're doing all the really cool bells and whistles of runs and amazing things. And I'm like, I'm just a singer-songwriter going out there playing a Beatles song. Like, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And so the beginning of the show, if you watch back the video, for the first like 15, 20 seconds, my eyes are closed. So like, and the beautiful thing about the voice is that when they hit their buttons for the sake of recording, there's no sound. So
okay.
You don't even know that, like,
you don't know they turn around.
So I'm singing and I hit that first big note, and then coming out of that, I open my eyes and I'm looking at there, and John's looking me straight in my eyes.
Oh, yeah. You were team legend until Jonas stole you.
Yeah, this is true. This is true, man. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Dude. So listen, so here you are on the stage, right? You're working it out. You're looking sharp. And then you actually get to do a duet with Jonas, right? With Nick.
Yeah, dude, that was insane. I mean, getting to do something like that, it would have been amazing to do it in person. I mean, that would have been such a blessing. But, the fact that the show did still go on, I mean, it was just a testament for all the hard work that all the contestants, myself included, that we did throughout the season. They were like, we don't want to just cut the show. We want to continue this on. And I thought that just meant a lot to me, because I was like, yo, you guys care enough to push through this coronavirus and make something happen. I was like, that's pretty amazing.
It's great, man. Well, listen, I've been watching some of your music all day. We're gonna talk some more.
Yeah.
But can you give us a little something? Blackbird was unbelievable, my friend.
6 million views counting. I don't know, something crazy.
Oh my goodness!
Like
that. I wouldn't cry and I wouldn't be upset if you gave us a little Blackbird.
Ah, man, I got you. No, man, it was really cool. I was like, man, I think Blackbird's gonna get like 10K views. It's gonna be amazing. Then I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, it was like 6 million.
6 million views. That's amazing, bud. I love it.
Yes, this one goes a little like this, man.
Go ahead.
You hear that guitar, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Blackbird singing in a dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. And all your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in a dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. And all your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly. And I said, oh, to the light. Of
of the cold dark night. Thank you guys, man. It's a little bit Blackbird.
You are like an angel, and it's just so beautiful. It is magic. Your gift is magic. Your father,
Dude, that was amazing.
It's all magic. Your story, your family, and congratulations on getting married.
Yeah, you got married, bro.
Dude, I did. Made it happen. It's really cool. Like, it's a really interesting story. I mean, long story short, my wife and I, we met in December, right before the Voice aired, and we got married in April at the end of The Voice. Pretty
Why
much.
not?
We're just like, let's just do it. We got married in the middle of COVID, in the middle of The Voice. I was like, if we can handle that, then like we can handle anything. And
Listen, when you know, when you find that person, you just know. So
yeah. And so we sing together often. We do a lot of stuff on our Instagram and stuff. We play a couple shows around here in Oregon where I'm living now currently. And
wow,
she's such an amazing doll, man. She's amazing.
Dude, how old are you that you got married? You seem so young.
I'm just 45.
45. All right.
These young dreams are working for me.
That worked. Yeah, I guess it was time. You did all right.
Nah, I'm 24. 24, man.
24. Wow.
All right. When you listen, half of us are jaded. I'm from New York. We're jaded. We don't like anybody. We're gonna wait.
Yeah.
Get married.
You don't get married till you're 37 and you've been to a few strip clubs. You know,
37, and then you're like, oh, I can't get pregnant. Things are crazy. I don't know what's going on with him.
No, man.
You found your girl. It's all good.
Yeah, man. But interesting fact, before Faith, like I never really dated anyone. I was just so jaded and didn't let anyone into my inner circle. I was just like, man, I'm focused on my work. I'm focused on my family, all the things we got going on. And like, I didn't think that anyone was going to get me to stop and second guess it. And she did, man. So I was just,
focusing on your work led to a little of this, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, it did.
Go wrong, right?
Listen, does John Legend, do you still talk to him? Do they continue to mentor you guys, or like, is it after The Voice you're kind of like on your own and it kind of goes that way? Like the stage was the national exposure that you got.
Man, you know what? It's something really good that the coaches and different people on the show shared with us, man. They gave us one of the most amazing opportunities of our life. Like, they just gave us a platform. Now what we do afterwards, I think, is really up to us. Yeah, I'm not in touch a lot with John Legend or Nick Jonas, but I made a lot of good friends, all the contestants. I made a lot of good team with the production team there. I got signed to an agency. I'm working with a really good lawyer, man, who's actually based in New York. Her name is Debbie White. She's with Loeb & Loeb, and she was from The Voice. So I made a lot of amazing connections.
Right.
I got sponsored by Taylor Guitar. So it's just like a lot of really cool things happen. And I just use that as a really cool to be able to reach one day up to John Legend or Nick Jonas or any of the coaches level to where we can share a stage again. Or maybe you see me up there coaching something. That'd be really cool.
Listen, Thunder Artis, I wouldn't put it past you, man. I wouldn't put it past you. When God gives you that kind of gift, it's all good. It's all good.
Thunderstorm, let me ask you a question before you sing again. How did you get the name Thunderstorm? Is that your God-given name from your parents?
Yeah.
No, so my real name is Frank.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm joking.
He's got 10 siblings. Can you name all of them? I would never know how to name ever. I have a hard time remembering my two brothers' names.
How did they come up with Thunderstorm, though?
Dude, so the story is pretty cool. So like, the first three kids in the family have the most normal names. It's like Stefani, Ronnie, Victor. It's like as normal as you can. Then after that, my family was like, let's have a little bit of fun. So my name came from the fact that my dad, my mom thought they were going to have twins. So they were like, you know what? We're going to have two boys. They're going to be wild. And then we're going to name one Thunder. And we're going to name one Storm. But they found out I was just a really fat baby and it was just me. So he was like, I guess God put them both in one. And
nice.
So that's how I got my name. And yeah, that's the story a little bit.
I love it.
And the rest of your siblings, out of curiosity?
Okay, so after Stefani, Ronnie, Victor, they decided to put all three of their names together. And my brother, after them, his name is Stevan. So he's got the S-T-E from Stefani, the V from Victor, the On from Ron. And then afterwards, they were like, you know what, let's switch it up just a little bit more. I have a sister named Praise Jesus Christian Artis. That's a full name. If you call her PJ, it's fighting words.
Wow.
You got to call her Praise Jesus?
You got to call her Praise Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And she's a ball of energy, man. She's awesome. A lot of fun. And then after her is my sister named Spirit. And then there's me, Thunderstorm. And then my brother, Martise. It's like our last name, Artis, with the M slapped in front of it.
Wait. All right, hold on. Your parents went with Martise Artis?
Well, after, Spirit, me, and him have like middle Hawaiian names. So,
Right.
because we're all born in Hawaii. So his middle name is actually pretty long. So it's Martis Himakana Makamai Artis.
Wait, say that middle name again.
Himakana Makamai, which means
Hamakana Makamaya.
Hey
Wow.
Makana.
Hey Makana.
Makamaya. Listen,
Wow.
Which
I
means
got
the
it,
most
I got
precious
it.
gift from God. And he said that
Beautiful.
the parents had 7 kids, and then they had him, and they said this one's the best kid, so we got to give him a good name. So
Beautiful.
I love it, man. It's so
Then
fun, so cool.
yeah. Then after him is my sister Kailua. She's named after the town that I was born in.
In
Kailua.
Kailua, yeah.
You beautiful, beautiful beaches, man. Beautiful town. I don't know if
I've
you
been to
guys ever
Kailua.
been
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, man. And then after her is my brother named American Artis. I mean, there's a lot of us.
Wow.
His name is American because my grandfather was a survivor in the Pentagon on 9/11, and that was his due date. So like all of our names have like significant meaning behind it. And
Wow.
Wow.
He was
The
born
last
on
one, the last one's
he was
pretty
a
hilarious.
9/11 baby, huh?
Yeah, the last one's pretty hilarious. Her name is Artis, spelt the same way, Artis, Artis. It was solve a family argument. My dad's family on the East Coast pronounces the name Artis, and the West Coast pronounces it Artis. So my dad was like, for the last kid, let's solve the argument, Artis. And
wow.
I love your dad. I love your dad. Oh, what?
You know what, Thunderstorm? It's funny. It's ironic because when I was younger, if a girl ever came up to me and asked me what my name was and where I was from, I said I was of Indian descent, and my name is "Come on, I want to lay you." And it always went over like a rock.
You're so bad. I was all excited. You were like Indian descent. I was like, let me hear.
Hey, something actually in coincidence. I'm actually of Indian descent. I'm part of Blackfoot and Cherokee. So I like to think that that's some of the inspiration behind some of our names. So that's pretty cool. But
yes.
Go ahead, my man. What are we singing next? What do you got?
Oh man, I thought I'd keep it one more with one of the songs that I played on The Voice, but that I was playing long before I was on The Voice. This
Okay.
song, it was a song my mom used to sing, and hearing Obba do his thing, man, with Sammy Davis Jr., I was just sitting there like, wow, man. And be able to tap
Crazy,
into that
right?
older jazz, I was like, it's amazing. So this is a song you guys might know. My own little flair on it. This one's called Summertime, and it goes like that.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Go ahead, bud.
Summertime, and the living is easy, and fish are jumping, and a cotton inside. Your daddy's rich, and your mother's good looking. So hush, little baby, and don't you cry, 'cause one of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, oh, and spread your wings, oh, and say to the sky, no, 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 no. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. No, 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 no. Don't you cry.
Over summertime for you guys.
Whoa.
Unbelievable, dude. I love it, man.
I mean, our fans are just
Artis.
absolutely captive. People are captivated by you right now.
It's unbelievable. Everybody loves you, man. So listen, do you see yourself? You know, what's the plan for you? Where are you going? You're in Oregon. Where is it you want to end up?
Yeah, because you talk a lot about in your Instagram that you're going to release. Like, where are we at?
Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to getting on the road again, man. Like, can't wait till some of this pandemic stuff kind of fades away. And I know you guys out there on the East Coast, man, you're definitely dealing with some of the brink of it as well. But yeah, man, I've got a single coming out pretty soon in about a week and a half. So super excited for that one. It's called The Prayer. We're shooting a video for it in just a couple days.
Right.
So got that about to pop off. And then I'll actually be in Memphis, Tennessee, doing a nice, cool social distance concert in December. And so got things rolling, just keeping busy, man. The dream is to hope to keep growing this as big and possible as I can, man. It's like, actually, I got super inspired even when I was on The Voice. There was a moment, me and one of my friends were backstage. His name was Jacob Miller. And just before we went out there, you can hear, I mean, the fans on The Voice are kind of like your best friends, like just filled up on Red Bull. Like, they're just like, any little thing you do, they're just like, wow, that was amazing. But we were standing backstage and they were kind of just getting ready and they were just kind of like cheering as loud as they could. It was just like really the energy was just vibrant. And I looked at my friend and I was just in that moment. I was just like, man, I can't wait till one day I'm walking out of this backstage up there and they're chanting that way about my own music. I was like,
they will be.
When that happens, man, then I'll know I made it. And so that's the goal for me right now, man, to keep growing this, to keep grinding and just to work up to that level, man. And hopefully get to tour with some really cool artists and to make things happen.
I love it, bud. Listen, man, you just keep going. You'll be there. Trust me, you'll be there. You sound amazing, bud.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
Man,
sound amazing.
Again, thank you guys for having me on here, man. This is really cool.
You are
love having you, man. Thunderstorm Artis. I thought we were going to talk about weather, but who knew you sang?
You know what, Thunder? You got to come back when you release your new single. We'd love to have you back.
Man, come on back.
That'd be amazing.
Let's do it. I'll shoot you guys an email when that happens, man. We got to have this. And where are you guys based? Out in New York?
New York. We're in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of my favorite cities. I love to go there to Washington Square Park and play chess with all the guys out there.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite things to do. And I almost moved to New York. So next time I'm out there, man, we'll love to come when all this stuff is kind of blown over.
Listen, here's the thing. You heard us talking to Obba. Whoever comes on this show, they have to take us out for dinner. It's like it's a thing.
I like that. So I just have to clarify. Me taking you out to dinner doesn't necessarily mean that I'm paying.
No,
you.
it's
no, you pay.
Oh,
no, but
I got to talk to your wife about that.
We should have Thunderstorm, Obba, and who else?
And Lou Gossett Jr.
Lou Gossett Jr.
Let's do it.
Work out well. Thunderstorm, thank you, my man. You're incredible, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you guys, man. Love y'all. You have a great night.
Take care, bud. Oh, Suki, so good.
Listen, that kid,
24 years old.
Probably one of the most talented people out there. Just effortless, like natural.
Effortless.
24
years old, good-looking kid. Just got married, beautiful wife. I mean, forget it.
Yeah, good soul. Just God bless him.
Suk, another award-winning show. Before we go, I promised the folks Phil would sing from a place. So again, he moved around. We don't know where he is. So we're going to finish off tonight because Phil's fans are here. They're writing. They want to see him from an undisclosed location. I give you once again our man Phil.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, come on. Whoa, come on. Let's get it on. Oh, baby, let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Yeah. Hey, Suki and Scott and everybody watching the show. Just wanted to say that sorry I missed the show. I miss you guys, and I'm still out traveling around and just enjoying life, and just wanted to check in with a quick little video. You guys take care, and I'll see you next time. So
Phil was like a model coming out of the ocean with the
what's all this enjoying life crap?
I mean,
what is that?
And I'm like, is Phil on a canoe now in the water?
Kayaking in the tropics. I mean, this is
so gorgeous. Like, who looks good in a life vest, Phil?
I mean,
Phil looks good in a life vest.
Suki, we're paying him way too much if he's having all this fun.
I mean, do you look good in a life vest? Who looks good in a life vest? I mean, Phil does.
You know what? I look best. I look best in a life vest. Yeah. That's where I look best. Working and when I'm in a canoe at Camp Kamanawanalea. You ever go to that camp?
That's what my husband's gonna want it tonight.
Hey! Oh, hey now. He gets all revved up after you're on these shows, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's hearing me laughing. He's like, oh, her energy's up.
She's in a better mood now.
Like this. Ding, 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 ding.
Souk, tomorrow night we got some kind of show. I'll tell you who's on tomorrow because I can't remember, but we got some great people.
All right, Scotty.
Michael Kilgore. I know we have a Broadway show. Michael Kilgore, Broadway singer, coming on, and a couple other people. Souk, speaking of singing, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
We hate to leave you,
but we really not sad. Good night, sweetheart.